أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الدين عند الله الإسلام سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. Islam is a religion of love and sympathy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so kind that He has told us the ultimate realities of the universe in the form of Quran. So Quran is a book of guidance. It guides us on each and every step of our life. Not only from the cradle up to the grave, but even after the grave, until someone enters into the paradise. It's a religion of nature, deen fitrat. In this world, you will find that in order to join two pieces together, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created third one. For example, if you want to join two pieces of paper, you need glue. If you apply glue, then two pieces of paper will become one. But if you want to join two pieces of bricks, glue will not do the job. You will have to apply the cement. By applying cement, the two bricks will be joined together. But if you want to join two pieces of wood, cement will not do the job. You need to have a nail. The nail can join these two pieces of wood together, they will be one. But if you want to join two pieces of clothing, even the nail will not do the job. You need to have a needle and the thread. So sufficient example that in order to join two pieces together, you need something which should be a jointing material. Question arises, how the hearts of two persons can be joined together? The jointing compound is called religion Islam. When both of them will become practicing Muslims, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will automatically join their hearts together. That's why in Quran it has been mentioned, لو أنفقت ما في الأرض جميعا ما ألفت بين قلوبهم ولكن الله ألف بينهم. Oh my Prophet, if you could have spent the treasures of the world, you could not have joined the hearts of these people together. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has joined their hearts by His own mercy. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فيجعل لهم الرحمن ودا. It's a verse of Quran. That those people who will become practicing Muslims, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put love in their hearts. Their hearts will be joined together. They will love each other. And that is the basic objective of life. We cannot keep ourselves aloof and have a successful life. We need to interact with the people, with our family members, with our neighbors, with our friends, in offices, in business. So that's why we need to have good relationships with all of them. How we can keep it? Islam tells us. It guides us how we can live a good life, a successful life. It gives us the guidance. We do not need to make hit and try experiences. No. Everything has been defined clearly, explained, elaborated. Our duty is to practice those teachings of Islam, to learn it and to practice it. And we will have a successful and happy life in this world as an individual person and as a collective society. We will have a successful life. This is the beauty of Islam. At the time of Sahaba, they had such a love in their heart that in one of the battles, one of the soldiers, he was wounded. And he was saying, I'm thirsty. Can someone fetch me water? His cousin, he took the water and he wanted to feed him. But when he wanted to feed in his mouth, some other soldier said, Al-Atash, I'm thirsty. No, he kept his mouth tight shut and with his head, he made an indication that please go and feed the water to the other. He went to the other. Wanted to feed the water, but at the same time he learned the voice Al-Atash from the third one. This person did the same thing and directed him to the third one. When he reached the third one, he expired. He came running to the second one, he expired. He came to the first one and he expired. Look at the beauty. What love they had in between their hearts, that not only the 11th moment of their life, almost 12th moment of their life, they used to prefer their brothers on themselves. And that is life. That is the beauty of life. That we should have such a life of love with each other, as a human being, as a humble servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should have such a beautiful life. So Islam tells us how we can lead a good life. In this modern world, even some of the countries, they are scientifically leading the whole world. But you go there and ask the people how they are feeling about their individual life, they will say, we are living a miserable life. Why? As a person, they are not happy. They say life is difficult. They eat according to their own desire. They drink whatever they want. They sleep wherever they find it is good. At the same time, they say life is difficult. What do you mean by that? It means they do not have satisfaction of heart. They have everything to eat and drink and enjoy, but still they do not have the satisfaction of mind, the peace of heart. It means the peace of heart is something different. It cannot be achieved only the materialistic things. If your house is full with the things, with the wealth, it does not mean your heart is filled with the love, with the peace. No. It is different. You cannot purchase it. With your bank balance, you cannot purchase the satisfaction of mind. It is something different. You can have it, but then you need to practice to become a practicing Muslim. Let me just give you one incident that in Connecticut there was a mother living with her only one son who was young and adult. Her husband expired. No, mother and young son living in one house. After a few years, the mother, she came to the court and then she said that I have a request from the court that they should teach my son a lesson. We are living in the same house. He spends 3 hours with his dog every day, but he does not spend 3 minutes with me in my room. I am his mother. He is my only son. I am always looking towards the door, but he even does not show up. He does not even like to come in my room. I cannot even sleep. I miss him. He is my son. So I request the court to teach him the lesson and to advise him. And then there was a dispute. Lawyers from this side and lawyers from this side. And the whole dispute was then put on the air by TV and radio. Became a national issue. And there were arguments from both sides. And then, what was the final decision and the judgment? The judgment was that because the son had kept the dog, therefore the dog has his rights and responsibilities. The son has to fulfill the need of the dog. If he can spend 3 hours or 4 hours, he should spend it. But because he is more than 18 years, now the parents do not have any right on the child. If they are old, they should go to the old age houses and they should start living there. Can there be satisfaction of heart in such a way? The mother who brought up the child when he was small, up till the age when he became adult, and now the mother, she does not have a right, even the child should come in her room and should say, "Mom, how are you?" And look at Islam. Islam tells us that if any young person he puts a gaze of respect towards the face of the mother or father, on each and every glance, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give them the reward of performing Hajj or Umrah. One of our professors in the university, he told us something very strange. He said that I did my PhD in some Western country, and I had one of my friends, he used to come to me and I used to visit. Once I was sitting in his office, his secretary told us, "Sir, there is a call from the hospital." And then he went in the other room and talked with the person and came back. No, as a friend, I asked him, "What happened? Why you had a call from the hospital? It was something alarming to me. Is it something serious? Is there no big problem? Let us talk, whatever topic we were discussing." I said, "No, please tell me." He said that actually my father was sick and he was hospitalized, and this was a call from the doctor that my father has expired. It was not a big news. I have talked to him and I have told him that you should hand over the dead body to the cemetery services. They should bury the dead body and they should send the bills to me for payment. If this is the relationship of the son and the father, and this is the relationship of the son and the mother, how they can have a good life? How they can have peace of mind? That's why the mother has only one right. Throughout the year, the children, they celebrate Mother's Day. And on Mother's Day, they either call their parents or send some small gift. And that's the only right. Their rights are fulfilled. Whereas Islam gives us something different perspective. So they have everything in this world, but still They do not have satisfaction of mind. Let me quote one solid example. Sweden is one of the progressive countries of the world. Very highly technically advanced country. The nation is so rich that if some person he does not have a job, then the government gives her a stipend every month for his food. So every person who is jobless, he gets a stipend for his food. If he does not have a house, he can go to the social security, they will give him a house. If he is medically sick, he can go to the hospital, medical treatment will be free. So, they don't need to worry for their foods, for their clothes, and for their house. So, basic three demands are fulfilled. Now, the fourth one, sexual desire. It's a sex-free country. Throughout your life, no one has to decide that who is his father. Throughout the country, there is no form where you have to mention who is your father. No. Sex-free country. So it means this desire is also easily fulfilled. Then what else? Nothing. The government is so rich that they announced once that we have so much reserve that our budget is always proficient. The budget of normal countries are sufficient. They are looking forward where to earn money to meet our requirements. And they claim that we have a proficient budget. We have surplus money and we are looking forward where to spend it. And then they mentioned that the reserves are so much that if whole the nation stops working and they go on enjoying at the level what they are enjoying right now, the government can support the whole nation for coming 7 years. So it means that place should be a paradise. But there is a sad part that people who commit suicide, their rate is maximum throughout the world in that country. Once I was in Stockholm and I talked with one of the directors of a big company. I told him, why? You know everything. Everyone can eat and drink and sleep and enjoy and do everything according to their own desire. Why people commit suicide here? He said, this is a sad part of our life. We don't know why people do not have satisfaction of mind. Even they give application to the government that give us approval whenever we will be discharged from the duty, we want to have a poison injection, we want to die. The reason is, they have everything from worldly point of view, but they lack in the peace of mind. They do not have satisfaction of heart. This is the basic problem. And that you can only achieve when you will obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will live your life according to the commandments of Allah and the Sunnah of Rasulullah. Without that, you cannot achieve it. That is the basic problem for them. Islam tells us how to lead a good life. This is our mistake that we are Muslims but we do not practice Islam. That is not something fault in the Islam, that is our fault. It is our mistake that we have recited kalima but we are not a practicing Muslim. So we should. Then we can have a successful life. Once I was sitting in North Carolina. It's a state where the first aeroplane was built. So they have the slogan, first to fly. The state slogan, first. and he goes to the jail, to the prison on weekends to teach the criminal people. These days, it has been accepted by the government that priests of any religion can come and teach the criminal people. Because in this way, the government felt that these criminal people, they can become a good person. Alhamdulillah, that's why person goes to the prison and he is Mike Tyson, and comes out from the prison and he is Abdul Aziz. Alhamdulillah. So one of my friends, he goes there regularly. I was in his house and I asked him, tell me something about your experience with the prison. He said that there is a short time in Isha prayer and you have to deliver a lecture. So let me just tell you one story. I said, okay. He said one American came just few months ago, and then I talked to him and he became Muslim. After that, I started him teaching about Quran, about Namaz, about the basics of Islam. With the passage of time, he came very close to me, very close to me. And we started loving each other. We were just like brothers and friends. And he started sharing his individual life matters with me. So one day I was sitting with him. I asked him, tell me something. What is the difference you felt before Islam and after Islam in your life? Is there any difference? When I asked him, he started crying. Tears came out from his eyes. I was scared. This guy asked me the wrong question. Then I asked him, I am sorry. He said, no, no. Then I asked him, why you are crying? He said, you cannot imagine what difference I have felt in my life before Islam and after Islam. And then he said that now you are my friend. I can share everything with you. I know you will not tell to anyone. Before Islam, I was a psychic person, psychologically problem in my mind. I was such a butcher that I used to kill the people and enjoy, and used to dance around their dead body. And I have killed 35 people without any crime. These people did not have any crime. I just killed them for my enjoyment and I could not be caught. No one knows except my Creator. And I am telling you, I was such a cruel person. No, I am in the prison, but it's a small thing. And after a few months I will go out. But now I am telling you that before Islam, my heart was so solid and hard that I used to kill the people and I used to enjoy it. But now I have become Muslim and you have told me about the day of judgment and that I will be standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you will ask me how I spent my life. Now my heart has become so soft and mild that when I come out from the room, I just walk. Any ant should not come under my feet and should not die. So this is the difference before Islam and after Islam. It gives the person objective of life. What we have to do. Young people, they are basic assets of the society. Because they have strength in their body and strength in their determination. And that's really very important thing. Whatever they want, they can do it. They have the determination power. They can do it. They can execute. So this time of life is very valuable time. Very precious time of the life. Because we are Muslims, So each one of us should become a representative of Islam, ambassador of Islam. We should practice our religion and then we should go out and give da'wat to other people. Da'wat with our actions and da'wat with our tongue. And in this way, the mankind, they will be diverted towards this true religion, towards Islam. That is our duty. We should do it like that. Anyone who will practice Islam, there are two parts. Number one, he will be blessed on the day of judgment and will be shown the way towards the paradise. But this is one aspect. There is another aspect. That the person who will practice Islam, he will have a successful life just in the world from worldly point of view. I make one small claim, and please try to understand it. It will be very interesting for you. That whatever is the Sunnah of our Prophet ﷺ, whatever is the Sunnah of our Prophet ﷺ, there are two aspects. One, if we will follow the Sunnah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be happy. We will be successful on the day of judgment. We will go to the paradise. Everything is true, but keep it aside. Today we want to talk on the other aspect. And what is that? That whatever work Rasulullah did in his life, there is no other better way of doing that work in this world. Can you understand? Whatever is the Sunnah of our Prophet ﷺ, one aspect is the success in the hereafter. That is 100% true. Keep it alive. Our topic of the day is whatever work Rasulullah ﷺ did in this world, there is no better way of doing that work in this world. And we can prove it. Alhamdulillah, I can quote 50 examples right now, and I can prove scientifically whatever Rasulullah did, that was the best way of doing that job in this world. Let me give you just one, two examples. Every one of us sleeps every day. Now there can be different ways of sleeping. Number one can sleep in such a way that his face should be towards side and back on the bed. If he has a habit of sleeping in this position, then medically he will be in trouble. Why? The reason is that our spinal cord, if you look at it, then it has a small curve. On the back, it's not a straight bone. It will come like this, and then where we have stomach, then it has a small curve like this. So it means that it comes like this, and then has a curve, and then ends at this. Now when someone sleeps in this position, his stomach, his belly is all this curve. So there is a load. So when there is a load, then this bone will have a pressure towards the corner. Whenever something is like this, and you put a load on that, now it will try to straighten. Now what will happen? When you have a load on this point, then this load will be shifted either to this point or to this point. So this person will either have a problem in the neck or will have a low back problem. Most of the people who have low back problem, just ask them what is your normal way of sleeping, they will say we sleep in a blanket. And that is the basic rule. That is the basic task. Normally they have a low back problem or angina problem at the neck. That is the result. It is a scientific thing which can be very easily understood. Because the bone is like this, weight on this, and mashallah, we eat so many kilos of food. So lot of weight. So this weight tries to straighten it, and this load is shifted on this corner and this corner, on the last joint and on the neck joint. So two problems, either angina here in the neck or low back problem. So this is first position. Medically speaking, this way of sleeping is not a healthy way according to the doctor. Second position, he can sleep on his left side. Okay, but in this way, his heart is down and body is up. Then it means that the pumping machine is down and everything is on elevation. So there is a head pressure on the heart. So in this position, there are two things. Number one, the person, he sleeps and has a very deep sleep. What do you mean by deep sleep? That if you have put an alarm that you have to get up and make sehri, and you are sleeping in this position, then you will get up when there will be just Salat al-Fajr time. And you will say throughout the day, I missed my sehri. And you will look toward the watch, whether the alarm went on or not, and you will feel it went on. It kept ringing, but you kept sleeping. Because the sleep was very deep. So deep sleep, that sometimes even the wife shakes the husband, get up it is time of sehri, and he says, I don't need it, let me sleep. The reason is he is sleeping on the side. So the person, it's a normal position. It is a normal. Normally a person who has the habit of sleeping on left side, these people have the problem of very deep sleep. And number two, that normally those people see very dangerous dreams. They see dreams, some snake is chasing them, some buffalo, wounded buffalo coming behind them. Why? Because their heart is down and it is under pressure, under head. So that's why they are having such dreams and they are having this problem. Even medical doctors have accepted it, that a person who looks very dangerous dream, then he should not sleep on that side. So it means this way of sleeping is not the best way regarding health point of view. Now there can be third position, and that is one can sleep upside down on his stomach. So in this way what happens? That we have so many things on our side and there is food inside. No, this stomach is in front. When we will sleep in this side, then these will keep hanging on the air. And the inside things, they are joined together with a fine membrane of fat. And fat cannot sometimes bear the load. So that's why those people who sleep upside down, they have a knot in their inner organs. And sometimes even major surgeries had to be carried out because they had a bad way of sleeping. The medical doctors, they say that the young people should never sleep in this position. This is not a good method of sleeping from health point of view. And then there is the fourth position, and that is you could sleep on your right side. In this way your heart will be up without any pressure. Heart will have to pump load towards all those organs who are down. So no hand on the pressure, no pressure hand. Because when you sleep, your pulse rate decreases. It means the revolution of the heart, they are decreased. So it means it cannot supply maximum amount of blood during sleep. But when the body is down and the heart is up, it is very easy for it to send the blood towards all organs of the body. And number two, this person will never feel dangerous breathing. And number three, he will not have a very deep sleep. He will sleep for a shorter time, but he will get maximum satisfaction and he will feel that he is blessed. So that's why doctors in USA these days, they tell the patient that if you want to have a sound sleep, please sleep on your right side. And that is the sunnah of my beloved Prophet. I can quote 50 examples like this, scientifically, pure scientific basis. No scientist of the world can challenge it. I delivered one lecture at Chicago University, and there were alhamdulillah so many PhDs and high-tech people, and alhamdulillah they accepted it. They said, whatever you are saying, it is true that whatever is the sunnah of your Prophet ﷺ, whatever work your Prophet ﷺ did, there is no better way of doing that work in this world. Now let me tell you, second thing and then conclude. That these days, most of us, we pray 5 times a day. What beautiful exercise this prayer is. Scientifically, I am telling you that on prayer, Allah SWT will be happy. Yes, this is 100% true, but we are not discussing this aspect. We are discussing it from scientific point of view, from the benefit of this world, from this point of view. So look at the prayer, what we do. For prayer, 5 times a day, we have to clean our different organs of the body, and we have to make ablution. So ablution means that you have to clean and wash those parts of the body which normally remain naked. For example, during birth, our hands up to this place, they can remain uncovered. Our head can remain uncovered. Our face will remain uncovered. Our feet will remain uncovered. So, in wudu, all those parts of the body which can remain uncovered position, so we have been ordered to wash them 5 times a day. What a hygienic concept. SubhanAllah. Cleanliness is like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then in the ablution, what we do, we wash our face. And then put water in our nose. Now, this is a double nozzle input for the air. We suck air through our nose. And then there are hairs in the nose. These hairs are just like filter. Like oil filter in the car, this is air filter. So these hairs in the nose, they are air filters. Now if air filter becomes choked, what happens? So we have been advised to clean the air filter 5 times a day. Reason is that in this air, there can be billions and trillions of bacteria every time. Even a person who has tuberculosis, he can be in gathering. And then if he will have enough, then the germs and bacteria of tuberculosis disease will be in the air. And this germ can go inside. Then Allah SWT has given the filter. And this filter here, the germs stuck to them, not goes directly 10 times a day we should clean it and get rid of these germs and bacteria. How healthy a person will be. Then we eat, and food can stick with our teeth and the openings inside the teeth. So we have to wash our mouth 5 times a day. Most of the stomach problems, diseases, they are due to the unclean mouth. Unclean mouth. So when we will clean it 5 times a day, then it means that pure food will go inside our stomach. There will not be any bacteria in there. Then we put water on our eyes. You know, these days there are 2 or 3 diseases of the eyes which have no medication except you should put fresh water in the morning on your eyes. That is the only remedy. And the doctors, they accept it. So in the morning we get up and we make wudu, wash our mouth, wash our face, and then we put water. It can go inside our eyes and clean the eyes. So it is healthy aspect of our life to clean the eyes with clean water. And then this ear, from this side and from the back, this is all electronics of our body. You know, the blood vessels, small vessels, they go inside the ear. And if we keep these places dry, with the passage of time, the supply of the blood can be reduced. So that's why we have been told to moisturize it 5 times a day. So the surface should not be dry. It should be clean and it should be wet 5 times a day. And then this place of our neck. This place is a highway for our circuitry. You know, our mind, it is linked with the body through the nerves. The nerves are just like signal cable, electric cable. No, the mind is connected to the body, and this wiring is so huge that the doctor has mentioned in the book of health, book of life, that if you take one nerve from the other away and make a knot, then the nerves are so long in one man's body that you can go around the equator 2 times. So much wiring has been used in our body. And all this wiring goes from the brain to the body from our back side of the neck. Now this is very important highway for the nerve. And if we keep this place unclean, keep this place dry, and just grow long hair like hippies, then what will happen? There will be a strain in the muscle. And this strain can affect our nerves, and most of these persons, normally they become mentally unbalanced persons. One of our friends, he was making ablution in Germany, and one doctor, he kept getting towards him. Then after making ablution, he said, "Assalamu alaikum, how are you?" He said, "I'm fine." "But what you are doing?" He said, "I was making ablution for my prayer." "What you did here?" He said, "That I moisturized this thing. I made masa on that. It means I moisturized, made it wet." He said, "How many times you do it every day?" He said, 5 times a day at least. He said, "Oh, that's why. Can you tell me, where are you from?" He said, "I am from Pakistan." "Okay, tell me, how many mental hospitals are in Pakistan? He said, "Maybe 5 or 10, I do not know." He said, "Are you sure? Just 5 or 10? He said, "Yes." He said, that in our country we have many hundreds of mental hospitals in our country. The rate of people becoming mental is so high. He said that I am a doctor in the mental hospital and I have made a research for more than 10 years that most of the people become mental because they keep this place dry, and because you are wetting it, that's why you people cannot become mental. Look at this. 10 years attempt of the doctor ended up to a mustahab. Subhanallah. And then one more point, that during ablution, during making wudu ablution, everyone has to wash the feet. And when we have to wash the feet, it is sunnah to take our fingers and wet the place inside the fingers. It is sunnah. Halal, we have to do in the fingers of the feet. And then we have to rub it. Subhanallah, subhanallah. Why? It is beneficial for us. Because the old age people, normally they have problems in the sensation. Those people who are diabetic, they have problems in their feeling. So sometimes they can have wound on the foot and they even do not know it. Because the sensors of the foot, they are not good. But if he will rub it 5 times a day, number one, he is making a massage, and in that way, the blood circulation will increase. Number one. And number two, if there is some wound, he can very easily know if my foot wounded or not. And moreover, because he will clean the inside part of the finger, there will not be any fungus inside. So now these days, the medical doctors of Europe, they tell even the kuffar that you have to wash your feet many times in one day. They do it from health point of view, and we do it from sunnah point of view. And the benefit is extra. You get the reward from your Lord, from your Creator, and the benefit, health point of view, is extra, added benefit. So these are the benefits in wudu. And in prayer, subhanallah, something strange. I met with one doctor, and he was one of the 10 top doctors of United States of America. I was talking with him. He told me something very strange. He said, you know, those people who are pious, they have shining faces, beautiful faces, charming faces. I said, yes. It has been told that there is a nur, there is a light which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts on their face. He said, yes. But medically speaking, it is very true. I said, why? He said, because the reason is that throughout the day, we are even standing or sitting, then our head is on the upside and our heart is downside. Now this heart can supply the blood to the organs who are under this very easily, but on the upper story, then it is very difficult. You know, if you are living in multi-story building and there is a pump which can pump the water or the first or second story, and there is always problem of the third and fourth story. Because the pressure loss, there is pressure loss. So he said that because the heart is here, and the head is here, and the brain is here, so normally we do not get sufficient blood for our brain and for our face. Now what happens? Because we do not have sufficient blood on our face, so small arteries, very small, which keep the tissue clean and life, full of life, then they have lost the supply of blood, insufficient supply of blood, so that's why the face becomes dry.
So the person who does not pray, you will feel at his face that his face is just like a person who does not have any attraction on the face. The reason is, the face has insufficient supply of blood. You cannot feel it a healthy face. No shining on the face. But who prays? He makes 2 sajda in every rakat. And when you are making sajda, then your face and head is down and your heart is up. And you can practice it. Try to make 1 minute sajda. And after 1 minute, you will see your face and everything has been flooded with the blood. You can feel it. Make a little bit long sajda, 1 to 3 minutes, and after 1 to 2 minutes, you will feel yourself as if there is flood of blood which is supplied to the head and to the face. Now this flood of blood then goes to the smallest arteries and keeps the tissue alive. That's why those people who make sajda, who pray, they have shining faces throughout their life. I think this point should be told to the ladies. They will start praying straight away, 5 minutes, 10 They will say, if we can get shining face, we don't need these creams and these everything. And truly speaking, that the person who makes sajda, makes tahajjud, then the blood coming on the face and in the brain keeps the same face shining, number 1, and number 2, keeps the brain intact. So this person does not have a sluggish brain. Very short, very intelligent person. So the person who prays, he is always very good brain. His IQ is very good normally. So these are the benefits from scientific point of view. One thing, but you have to listen it attentively. If you listen it attentively, it's a beautiful scientific point I will tell. And if you are tired, I can make dua right now. What do you think?
Carry on.
Should I carry on or should I make dua?
Carry on.
Okay, then please pay your attention and listen it very carefully. For young person, it will be very interesting. These days, in progressive countries, the doctors have started telling them that instead of making exercise once a day, it is better you make light exercise but more frequently, 2-3 times a day. The reason is, they say that when you move your body, then heartbeat increases. From 70 can go up to 110, 120. And when the heartbeat increases, the blood of supply, the velocity of the blood going in the arteries, it increases. And then if there is high cholesterol, or there is blockage in the blood, or there is blood clot, then this high speed of blood can wash it. So that's why you do not have to make a long exercise 1 time a day. It's better to make few times exercise, even light exercises every day. Now in Japan, one of our friends, he went for some job. He said that I was in the meeting. Then they had scheduled the meeting that after every hour, we will make small exercises. So he said, we were talking, and after 1 hour, just around the table, all of them, they stood up and they start doing like this. I asked them, what you are doing? They said, we are making exercise. Why? They said, this is good for the health. It gives him, it makes him active, number 1. Number 2, it increases the blood supply and the cholesterol and everything is possible. I looked at them and I said that you are making this exercise not due to health point of view. Alhamdulillah, we are Muslims, we pray 5 times a day from hereafter point of view. We please our Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on one side, and on the other side, from health point of view, we get benefit for our body. Now listen, what is the benefit? Benefit is, when we sleep in the night, then our sugar level, cholesterol level goes down in the night. That's why those people who are diabetic, they have the lowest sugar in the fasting. They keep the record. I'm talking about science, not just telling you some story. I'm telling something concrete. So in the morning, the sugar level and cholesterol level is very low sugar level. So because the level was very low, so the exercise was the shortest one. How many rakat in Fajr prayer? 4 rakat. So very light exercise. Why? The demand was not big. The sugar level was already very low. You do not need to make high exercise. So the rakat of the Fajr prayer are how many? 4. Okay, then we took breakfast. Sugar level went high. And then we took lunch according to our own choice. The sugar level shooted up. So then we were ordered to pray how many rakats? 12. In the morning 4 were sufficient. But now 4 rakats cannot be sufficient because level is too high. How many rakats you need to pray? 12 rakats. That is the need of the body. Okay, when we made 12 rakats, then the level came down. So, at the other prayer, the level was little bit lower. So, how many rakats in the other prayer? 4 mandatory and 4 optional. So, it means the rakats are according to the lower level of the sugar. Then, in the other maybe we took 1 cup of tea. Then in the Maghrib, how many rakats? 7 rakats. So it means the sugar level was low. So the rakats of the prayer, they were also according to that. Now after Maghrib, mashallah, we had a dinner. And with the dinner, the level went very high. Because the level went very high, how many rakats we had to pray? 17. Why? After Lent we prayed 12 rakats. After Isha we have to pray 17 rakats. Why there is a difference? The difference is that we made 12 rakats because then we have to awake, we have to work. The sugar level will go down. But now after Isha you have to sleep. So it means now you have to do more exercise so that the sugar level should come down. That's why the amount of rakat is more. Could you understand? Okay, now interesting point. In Ramadan, we kept fasting, and then at Maghrib, we broke our fast. And then we had non-stop of eating. And normally, people overeat. The stomach is overloaded. So because we overloaded the stomach, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, no, 17 rakats cannot do the purpose. You have to pray 20 rakats more as a tarawih. Could you understand it? Okay, one more thing. If someone is in the journey, he is musafir. So the person in the journey is already active. He is going here and there, working, and he has lot of work to do. So the person who is in the journey, because he is already active, his level is controlled. So that's why how many rakats he has to pray in safar? Half of it. Because the heat of the body was better. SubhanAllah. For 1,400 years ago, we are praying according to that, and we do not know what is going on in our body. But subhanallah, that is the need of the body. Even we know it, we do not know it, then we are getting the benefit. Now the scientists, they are coming up with the benefit from scientific point of view. Subhanallah. So it means that we should practice our religion, the sunnah of our Prophet, and it will be beneficial for our body, for our health in this world, and then in the hereafter. So we will have both benefits. So that's the message that we should start practicing the sunnah of the Prophet right from the hairs of the head up to the soles of the feet. It is going in our favor. It is in our benefit. And on top of that, in this way we will seek the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we will be entered into the paradise. Subhanallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to become a practicing Muslim. Your time is very precious time. You know, most of the events, special events, historic events have been made by the youth. Let us consult Quran, Azim al-Sham. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he stood up in front of Namrud, and then he told him that I am not mushrik, I am muwahhid, I believe in only one Allah, I don't believe in this idol. What was his age? He was young. It is in Quran. It is mentioned in Quran that when he broke the idol, then the people said, Inna Samena Fatay Yadkuruhum Yuqadu Lahu Ibrahim. So the word Fata means young person. So it has been mentioned in Quran that the people of that time, they said, there is a young person, his name is Ibrahim, he was speaking about our idol. So it means that he stood up and took a firm stand in front of folk when he was young. Second example, Ashab Kahf. They were many. They were the friends of Allah. They have been mentioned in Quran. But what was their age? إِنَّهُمْ فِتْيَةٌ آمَنُوا بِرَبِّهِمْ وَزِدْنَاهُمْ هُدًى. Fitya, subhanallah. The plural of Fata. That they were young people. So Quran tells us that the Ashab Kahf, the people of age, they were the young people. So they took the step and they talked to the ruler of the time. We do not want to accept your ideology. We believe in only one Allah. So these historic events were made by those people who are Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam. When he was made to king, what was his age? فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ أَشُدَّهُ Allah. فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ أَشُدَّهُ آتَيْنَاهُ حُكْمًا وَعِلْمًا وَكَذَلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Allah. Young age. Okay. When Rasulullah he made his first dawah in front of Quraysh, what was his age? The age of 40 years. He announced his prophethood at the age of, and 40 years age person is young. So Rasulullah was young. Sayyidina Siddiq, he was 38, he was also young. Sayyidina Uthman Ghani, he was 30. Hazrat Umar Nano, he was 28, so he was young. Hazrat Bilal Nano, he was young. Saad Nano, he was young. So look at the Sahaba who was surrounding Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Most of them, they were young. So basically, it was the youth who came up with the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then they made a revolution in the world. Nowadays, if the young people, they will make a commitment in their heart that we are going to spend our lifetime for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will become practicing Muslims, will become an ambassador of Islam. You will become a representative of Islam. So the doors are open. You can do and deliver goods in this way. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be happy with you. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to sacrifice our life, our wealth, our time for the sake of this religion. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah.